Hello. Because Mike's eating his taquitos. No. I'm gonna have to hear you chew.
Lunch.
I don't want to have to hear you chew doing this.
It's lunch with Mike and Mandee. Mandee and Mike, whatever.
But do people really want to listen to
We're
your
sideways again?
Yes. On YouTube.
You're really
YouTube goes sideways.
Oh, I see. Okay. It just seems like you're going back and forth, but
It's been 2 days since I went up and down.
all right.
How's that wobbly chair?
It's wobbly.
Yep.
Could use some wrenches here to fix them.
So, we are officially in like lockdown, I guess. Is that what we're gonna roll with?
That's what I hear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we've been told. We're officially
So
in lockdown.
like people can't go to work unless they're in medical or
Like grocery store,
oh yeah.
convenience.
You gotta have gas and
Food.
medicine and food and
Yeah, I went to the store today thinking like I'd get a head start, and I'm way behind than everyone. Like, no meat at all. Hey, Cole. No meat at all. No veggies. Like, practically nothing. It was bonkers. So I had to buy a bunch of frozen vegetables
well that's
and canned
to
veggies.
me what that leads to is to keep these places open. The grocery store. There's a number of other businesses that supply them with what they need to operate. Those businesses need to stay open too.
Like farmers.
Yeah, everything's connected.
Did you guys know that? I don't think we should probably tell them that you were essentially a farmer. Essentially.
Who doesn't know that?
I don't know. Sorry, just why'd your hat. I don't know. There's people out there that probably don't know that.
Okay.
Would you like to give them their background?
My grandfather was a farmer,
So is mine.
and my dad's a farmer. And
Mine avoided it.
my grandfather did everything. He had animals, did milk. He did crops. They did all kinds of farming. My dad kind of brought it down to
Or crop.
more recently just corn and soybeans. Just a cash cropper.
You know, they say that, how does that work for men? For women, apparently, they date people like their father. And he's a farmer and a racer, and my dad's a farmer and a racer. I really don't know how that works. Out of all the people in the world, here we are.
I don't know. Yeah, our farm is still going. My dad is the one
like
that
the
operates
solo
it all by
employee.
himself.
Yeah.
With my mom by his side, and I tell you what, he works really hard.
Yeah, he does.
They both do, and really appreciative to my life growing up. I think that they were like very good parents, and
I remember when we first started dating, and like all the big races for us, and I mean, yeah, for us in the Northeast, we're usually like September, October, and you'd be busy farming, right?
yeah. So that was a challenge a lot of times. So racing my own family car, we'd have to, this time of year we would just. My dad wouldn't care that there was races on the schedule. It's like we got to get the crops in the ground, we got everything planted, and then we can worry about racing. And then later, like Super Dirt Week time, it would be we were harvesting. We can't worry about going to Syracuse, so that's why I was really never able to go. And I think that's adapted now. Like same thing. You're like ready to go racing now, where I'm like I could use a few more weeks.
I'm antsy as
You know?
ever. Guys,
So-
my chipmunk was MIA all day yesterday. I thought for sure it got the coronavirus and left me, but it came back today, so all's good in the world.
Bryce's not
It
back there right now.
Had some blueberries. No?
Free food.
Yeah.
It's fed better than we do.
Yes, he does. There was something else. You didn't finish telling me about the iRacing race on Sunday.
Well, I didn't finish reading about it. I got a phone
okay.
call. But it sounds like they're doing Short Track Super Series is putting on the Quarantine 50.
Dave's always clever with
Which is
his
exciting.
words,
I think
always.
that's cool. Kind of get some entertainment for us, so we can watch or jump in. I would love to give it a try if we're home and then I can get on the computer. I've got a simulator
we're not
at the
going
shop
anywhere
that
anytime
I
soon.
rarely spend time in, so Sunday would be a great time to set aside for racing.
Every day is for racing, dear.
Well, that's
Every
true.
day.
Okay, let me call it sim driving. For sim driving, I don't sim drive every day.
Sim racing. Driving just doesn't sound fun. Lockdown for 30 days? Holy smokes, Kim. Wow. She said California is on lockdown for 30 days.
That's a lot of days.
Wait, what's her Facebook name? Wait, no. Never mind, just kidding. We don't want the whole world attacking you, Kim. But I love your Facebook name. Isn't it Facebook or is it Instagram, her name? I think it's Instagram.
I don't remember which one, but her dogs are the name.
Yes. Seeing what is going on. John had a question. And by the way, while he's reading this question, I did try getting it so we can go live on my laptop. However, I have to download something. So last minute, I was like, gotta go back to the phone. So here we are.
What was that question?
I just had it for
Basically,
you.
Jim asked if I've ever considered using jet fuel in my carburetor. I mean, I really don't know. I haven't studied jet fuel. I don't essentially know what's in jet fuel. I know that the race fuel we already use is pretty high octane. Maybe jet fuel is a little bit better, but it's certainly there's different concoctions of things that could make a little more horsepower. But where I'm at right now, I race big blocks, and they make plenty of torque. So
Kimberly Kramer really.
yes, that's it.
I do.
But they make so much that it's hard to even get the power to the ground. It's more about hooking the tires up and getting traction. So I've never needed I haven't really needed better fuel than what we run. So.
Oh, yeah. Don't touch the table.
Sorry.
We're going to get a new table, too, just for this, because it's driving me nuts.
That or we just find the levelers.
I did accidentally. I'm so sorry. I did. Yeah, we definitely need that. I told you guys yesterday my video for Jenny was scheduled. I thought it was. And then I woke up this morning in a panic.
So it went up this morning.
Yep. So Jenny, we learned how to put brakes on her yesterday. And I was trying to figure that out.
If you subscribe to Mandy's channel, then you would already know that.
Notifications, yes. I was saying something to Mike about this earlier is I've heard people say new shoes. I feel like I wanted to say that was brakes, but I think that's just new sneakers is our tires. Like the lingo?
Yeah, you say, I got to get some new sneakers for this car.
Maybe brakes or laces. We put laces on the car yesterday. Whatever, don't judge me. Okay. Interesting. When's the body going on?
The body going on the new car?
Yeah, on Jenny.
Well, right now it's at Pilot Graphic Design. And he's drawing up where all the sponsors go on the car. Because we have some new sponsors, Marcella's Appliances and Tony Monaco Landscaping. So we're going to move some stuff around. And then once the drawing gets approved, he will lay it up on the panels. And then we'll go pick it up, and then we'll put it on the car. So I don't really know, is the real answer.
No. It's not going to be the first car that hits the track, whenever the heck we hit the track.
The first car that hits the track, the plan was to just get some, get some dimensional decals and just stick them over top of the old graphics to get by so we could race tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we're not doing that, so it's not such a rush anymore. Oh, I hit the table again.
Oh, we're supposed to be at Port Royal and Silly's Grove this weekend. Right? That was this weekend. I'm starting to realize, I don't know about you guys, is it just me, or are the days of the week and the hours in the day really just don't matter anymore? Are you starting to feel that?
No.
Except for lunchtime and dinner time when I'm like, Mike, it's time to eat.
See, to me, they've never mattered. I basically I get as much as I can out every single second.
I'm a scheduled person.
And then And then it's like you call me and you say it's lunchtime, and I'm like, already? I don't have enough time.
I'm a foodie, so I will sit there and be like, is it lunchtime yet?
Yeah.
Is it lunchtime yet? I'm so hungry.
Then you call me for dinner, and it's like, dinner already?
Yeah, seriously.
It feels like I didn't accomplish anything yet.
Oh, that's cute. Joe.
Joe, thanks for taking my picture with my wife and Charlotte. They go away so quickly, I can't read them.
Yeah.
She tells people I got my picture with Matt Shepard. That's great.
Someone did ask earlier, it kind of like stumbled through, but someone asked, so like, how does Matt Shepard win so many races? I mean, guys, when you're good, right? Like when you find something, it works. Like no one else needs to know. They're all chasing their tail, trying to find out what the heck it is.
Oh, well, I think that is a huge key. Whatever you do know that is working, you just don't tell anyone.
I'm not gonna tell anyone. That's how racing works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of, so from some people's standpoint, they want to see the iRock racing. You remember iRock? iRock is where like everybody supposedly had the same car. They were all prepared by the same people, and the drivers just showed up and got in them and they raced at Daytona.
That's terrible. So they're all equal?
So they're all equal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fans would look at it like, well, the best driver won. Where normal racing is not like that. Most of the time, it's because they, did their homework in the shop. They prepared the car correctly in the pit area. Their team, it's a team thing. It's not just.
It's like when
the driver drove the car
all
fastest.
like just comes together.
What happens when you do iRock is it's like it turns into all the cars and all the drivers are so equal that it's just kind of like a luck thing of who wins. I think because they're all pretty good.
That's like, I mean,
you can't outwork someone.
In a sense, it's almost like going go-karting, but some go-karts are more used up than the others.
Yeah.
Right?
That's definitely true.
That's all.
So you can't make them all the same.
No. Whoa. Hello, guys. I love how we start reading comments and we're just like,
no.
what? I'm telling you, I'm gonna get my laptop set up, and this is gonna be like a whole shebang soon. Work in progress.
Really? You have plans?
Just to use
of
my
more
laptop.
Than just your phone and a clamp on the.
I mean,
table?
maybe like we can turn and sit by this tree and sit down and chill and like hang. I would like that. You're prepared in Jersey. That's good. That's good. What is it like dating a professional? Oh no, where did it go?
Scroll it back down.
Jeffrey, someone has a question for me.
Read the question so they know what they
Okay,
say.
so Jeffrey asks, God bless you, have twin daughters, first off. One of my twin 19 daughters dates a super late model asphalt driver. What's it like dating a professional race car driver? Just a dad concerned about his daughter. There is a lot I can say to that. Mike is technically actually the only race car driver I've dated. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So
you tell me all the time. You're like, yeah, I would never date a race car driver.
I tell him I have 2 at home. I don't need more. Love him dearly. But as far as that goes, I mean, as long as she's smart and when she has feelings or senses of something's going on, then she really needs to dump his, you know what? Because no offense, but race car drivers, I'm trying to be politically correct. Some race car drivers. No, I'm trying to be politically. Let me backtrack. Can we just delete? Like cut.
What?
I'm trying to think how to say this.
They're all man whores.
I'm trying to say it in the nicest way possible.
That's the.
But I mean, there are some decent ones out there. But as far as at 19, I wasn't the brightest. I would cry and be upset, and it'd be very depressing, and a lot of terrible things. Like if you're not at the races, and there could be another girl there. There's all kinds of stuff that could happen, but. Basically, just pay attention, and if she's got those gut feelings of, like, something's not right, he's got to go. That's basically, like, what I can sum it down to.
Okay. Good advice.
I guess, right? I mean, I could write a book on that. I really could. I should. But then I think a lot of race car drivers would not like me. So that is a tough question.
Hey, what's that thing you always tell me? Stop caring about what other people
Yeah,
think.
yeah, stop caring about what other people think. That is very true. I mean, I am in full support of all race car drivers. Not all are the same, but I think that at a young age, a lot of racers like to utilize that they're race car drivers. That's all. What?
Jordan said Mike out here dropping truth bombs.
Hey, Jordan. I'm trying to be the politically correct one, not to upset anyone over here, but I'm just going to keep sipping my drink now. I think, I don't know, me personally, I went through enough stuff. Like, I dated people that worked on my cars. I didn't date race car drivers, but I feel like they were almost just as hard to deal with. So yeah, I mean, if she's involved in racing and understands it, then that's good. But she definitely needs to understand it and just have like a good thick skin to deal with it. Thick skin.
John asked, what are your dad and brother doing right now?
So let's see. Spoke to my brother the other day, and him and his son were just doing gym class. So that's what he's doing. My father actually
Homeschooling.
Yes. My father actually, I was quite impressed with. He called me this morning, and he was going grocery shopping for him and mom, and my brother and his family, and my grandma. So he was going grocery shopping for everyone. He's like, I don't want everyone to get it, so if one's gonna get it, it's gonna be him. But then apparently you can share it, so I don't really understand that logic, but it was still very nice.
I gotta tell you, all my group messages lately, they're going out of control.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with the messages because everybody's got so much time to be on their phone. Well, meanwhile, I'm like, my life in the shop has not changed. No. Everyone else is like,
once he's in there, he's like, you don't talk to him for.
Yeah. So anyway, I get all these group messages. So, yeah, my sisters are homeschooling, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like they're going nuts with
having
to teach the kids all day.
I mean, for parents,
sounds like a real challenge.
For parents that aren't just stay-at-home parents that actually still have to work and while they're home and teach kids, that's a lot.
Yep.
That's a lot.
And it's the same thing with like businesses. The businesses people are freaking out, and the employers are like, free vacation.
Yeah. It's
so
tough.
Yeah, the kids are home from school like vacation, and the parents are like, no.
But I will say, my dad this morning, he was like, yeah, all my cars are just about finished. They look really good, but nowhere to go. I bet Mike's having a great time because that's all he likes to do. That's literally what he said. He's like, I'm sure Mike's really enjoying this. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I have 2 cars ready to go that would have gone to Sealands Grove, Port Royal, but I got other cars that are not done, so we're gonna be able to complete all of them.
Yes.
It's great.
I feel like there were so many questions and we've just been chitter-chattering. Oh my goodness. Mike is one of a kind. Yes, he is. Here you go, honey.
Richard says, what is the difference between the dirt series and a normal weekend expense? Billy explained it, but you didn't really explain the dirt series. Do you have to pay your pit crew?
So, did you watch Billy's video?
I did. I watched it.
Okay, he's a good boyfriend. He actually supports me. It's very nice. So yeah, in Billy's video, we discussed the cost of weekly racing. But as far as
I was really interested when I watched it because from my perspective, I was interested to see what he thought, what he thought it would cost, or how he budgets things compared to how I do.
Yes, everyone's different.
I totally agree. I think he was around like the $700 a race figure.
Like you need to finish like top 6.
And that's
7.
after you've already bought a hauler and your car and your motor. So you've already spent a couple $100,000. And then you spend $700 a race. It's all good after that. What's wrong?
You have this cute piece of hair that's been chilling.
Yeah, I don't wear hats a lot. Sorry.
But
Precision, hydraulic and oil. He gives me some nice hats. So
yeah,
like to
it's
wear
all right. But you didn't finish about the series racing. I mean,
The series races, they only cost a little more because you use up the motor more because you're running more laps, and you
like 100 laps versus 30.
Yeah, so that it kind of wears out your equipment, your all of your moving parts on the car, especially the motor, and you're using more fuel and you're using up more tires. You probably were going to use up the right rear anyway, but and like in a 100-lap series race, you're probably going to use up the left rear and the right front as well because it's so long, or whatever. But yeah, I guess there's a little bit of travel, but I mean, in reality, guys, some of these smaller expenses are like a drop in the bucket compared to what we spend on the bigger expenses in racing. I mean, it's like it costs so much that some gas to put in your truck is like whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't compare to the $15,000 motor bill that you got the other day.
When do you guys think we're going to be racing again soon? Would someone like to comment and just like maybe we could just make a game of this and whoever's right gets like a t-shirt? What do you think? I'm okay with that. We should do that. Let's just have some fun. I don't know. Have you ever been to Atomic? I don't think I've ever been to Atomic.
I've never been to Atomic.
I'm assuming, is that in Ohio?
And I don't know if I've ever heard of them having a modified race.
Not to my knowledge.
If they here's what I always say: if you put up the money for a big dirt modified big block race, then
yeah, we'll be there.
I'm pretty sure we'll be there. And by put up the money, I mean you gotta have like a $7,000 to $10,000 windshield.
I wonder if that person just made. I wonder if he made that white shrimp calzone. That does sound appetizing. Does that count as a race? It's not going to go on my stats if Mike races the iRacing stuff. No. I keep stats all year long. Oh, in case anyone knows that, I do keep stats for Dad, Billy, and Mike all year long.
iRacing keeps their own stats.
Yeah, but I'm not going to include that into that's not.
Yeah, you don't have to because they have their own stats. It's a different sport.
It is. It really is.
It's completely different.
So,
it's still a sport, and you can still compete. It's just different. You don't have to work on the car. You just hop in, drive, you crash it, you just hit the escape button while holding the brake, and you get a whole new car. It's great.
Yeah, but they actually do race for money, right?
Yeah, you can. Last year's, man, I wish I could remember. I feel like
It's my iPhone. Just so you know.
I feel like.
George asked what camera I'm using. It's my iPhone.
Oh yeah, what version iPhone? It's the one with the triple camera,
The newest.
the 11.
11?
11, yeah. I heard methanol kills the virus. I agree.
Actually,
Methanol, they are using. I've heard distilleries are using alcohol as they're like making hand sanitizer.
smart. Okay,
Yeah,
so when
methanol's on that spectrum. I think that they can do that.
So when this not first came out, but like really got my attention, my mom put hand sanitizer in my car, and I took it out and I left it in the house, and she put it back in my car again. I'm like, Mom. And every time I get my car and out of my car, I'm using it. I'm like, thank you, Mother. But as far as like, my grandma was making hand sanitizer, her own, before like they even got off the shelves. Like she was prepared as ever. And my theory is just use carburetor cleaner. That will kill everything.
Yeah, including your skin.
Yes.
You'll be a skeleton. But I don't use hand sanitizer, and I prefer soap and water.
Where did the germs go when you use hand sanitizer?
Yeah, there's nothing to wash it off.
Where do they go?
I mean, I guess it can kill them, but they're still there.
Yes.
Dead bodies.
I feel like you're just
dead
rubbing
bodies
it
on the
in.
skin.
It feels awesome, but I don't know how I feel about that. See, thank you. Everyone's in for brake clean.
Brake clean's even stronger than the carb clean.
However, if you do want to have children in the near future, we probably should not use brake clean. And that too. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it causes cancer only in the state of California, though.
Gonna make this completely awkward.
Shout out to Kim.
My grandma, my Mandee Pauch, my dad's mom, I talked to her last night, and she's like, I hadn't talked to her in a while, and I answered the phone, and she talks to me. She's like, just so you know, I know you're probably bored, but don't make any babies. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And this is my family. And she made the comment, she's like, yep, they already said on the news that the baby boom rate is going to explode in 9 months just because of this. I'm like, yeah, everyone's
Seriously?
freaking bored.
Like COVID babies?
Yes, COVID babies. It's not happening, sorry.
Wow.
Do not get overexcited by that comment.
Oh, man. I knew if we did this every day that this is what it would turn into.
You're getting to know the real
We'd start
me.
just talking about this stuff that nobody needs to hear.
Sorry. Okay. This is here, you scroll for comments. This is how this rolls, is that Mike is a to himself kind of person. I will tell you whatever you want to know, and it makes him extremely uncomfortable, but I'm not complaining. Say anything good?
Kevin Badburn 03. I work in a print shop, and let me tell you, the plate cleaner we use kills everything. What brand plate cleaner is it, Kevin? I'd like to know.
See, Jordan appreciates this. Jordan, you should be. Did they shut you down too, Jordan? I guess. No,
Jordan says quality content.
Yeah, I know.
I like it. I mean,
and just so everyone knows, because New York is apparently like legit in lockdown, I've already declared that I'm going to the liquor store after this and stocking up on liquor and ice cream, the necessities. But I feel like everyone else probably has the same idea. So we've got. Oh, I don't have my watch on. Crikey, I don't know what time it is. Okay. Ooh, I want to answer that one. Bill Switzer asked, "Do you have a particular rival on the track?" I want to answer this one. So,
go ahead.
It's sometimes, I won't name names, but usually, like just off the top of my head, Friesen, Shepherd, they're really, really good. Yes, they're rivals, but I'm confident when Dad, Mike, or Billy are running against them. Then there's other guys that are really fast, but are also like, is it lethal would be a good word for that? That really, really scares me. Those are scary rivals. Like, there's good rivals and then there's bad rivals. I
gotta tell you, so we put a lot of work in these race cars, right? Mm-hmm. So if you do damage to my race car, and I mean like run into the body, the bumpers, break the suspension, whatever, repeatedly, you're instantly added to the rival list. I mean, you've just became an enemy because I worked hard on that car and I don't want to have to fix it. That is the whole thing. Now, when you get on iRacing and you're racing and you didn't build the car, it's a whole different spectrum of rivals. Like, okay, a guy bumped me, whatever. It's like, you let that go. Nobody cares. Mm-hmm. It turns into like the only rivals you get are like, you know, the guy waited till the last lap of the race to wreck me for the win or something like that. You know, but it doesn't take that much in real life. I mean, when you've built that car, like just. You could be racing for last, and the guy hits you, and it's like, really, you know?
I feel like there's a difference when money is involved. Those that don't have a problem wrecking other people.
Yeah, I think money's a huge factor, but it's also just time. Like I might have a couple $100 for a new bumper, but do I want to have to order it,
seeing him put
paint
Jenny
it,
together?
drill it, and put it on?
Yeah.
It's time out of my day I don't have, you know?
Yeah. No, there are bad rivals out there. And that happens. You're going to have that no matter what in any sport.
I left out go pick it up, you know, when I should be in the shop, like, doing other stuff.
Go pick what up?
The new bumper or whatever we gotta add, you know?
Or make
just,
it, yeah.
Like, drive halfway across the country to the lettering guy to get a new panel.
Had a fake money system. Seriously. Like, can you imagine that? Oh my God, that's brilliant. Is that brilliant? I think that's brilliant. If iRacing, it's like, is it like Sims or a Roller Coaster Tycoon where you build stuff and you have to have like an X amount of money and then you wreck your car? Well, ding, 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 ding. Oh, it's like Two Broke Girls. Sorry, that's totally random, but you see how much money they start out with in the beginning of the show. So in the beginning of the race, oh, Mike has like $5,000 and you lose a tire and a left side rub rail and there goes like I keep forgetting to charge my phone.
iRacing's not set up like that, but there are
But-
video games that are like that.
That would be
They
really,
really are.
that'd
They're
be really
awesome.
intense.
There's dirt track racing sprint cars that was an
Roger
awesome
feels
game
like
like
he's
that.
at
You
happy
have
hour.
you had to like, you know, if you got hit in the wheel, you had to put $250
What
in
game
for
is
a
this?
wheel. Dirt track racing sprint cars. It came out.
You had to pay for that?
No, it was just a game you bought at the store like
No,
10
no,
years
no.
ago.
Like in the rephrase, I wasn't listening.
She has attention span of this. Anyway, so you were saying that what if you had a budget and, you know, with iRacing? Well, there are games that you don't race online
Well,
that are like that,
hang
but
on.
you could add that to it,
okay.
the racing online to those games. Yes.
But Jordan did say iRacing is expensive, yes. But what I was getting at, not necessarily you have to, as the driver, you have to put your own money, real like that green stuff into it. I was thinking like you earn it, right? Like
They do have that. iRacing,
I don't know, I'm just overthinking. this.
you can earn iRacing dollars by racing clean, by entering a certain amount of events. They have a participation award. So like I don't know if it's really an award. It's basically like if you enter so many events a month and use the game enough, then they give you like a free track. Because the tracks cost like $10 a piece or so, or 15, and then to get a sprint car, it's another $10, and then to get the 410 sprint
But is that
car and the
real money?
360 sprint car,
Is that real money?
yeah, you have to pay that a lot on top of your $120 subscription. So
That's like kids playing those little games on their phones when you have to purchase coins. I hate that.
yeah, but it's like a little higher level than playing on your phone. I mean, it's a little more realistic.
Well, if you can earn real money, you should put real money into it. I don't know. That's really hard.
You sound exhausted.
Yeah. my brain is mentally not working right now.
Raymond asked, what's for dinner and who's a better cook? I like that question.
I'll let him answer that.
Mandee's a better cook. I love her cooking. I have no
He's
idea
too
what's
easy to
for dinner.
please.
You have to tell me.
Well,
The last time I made dinner was like last week, and I made pasta. I also got out some bread, and butter,
garlic butter and
salad.
I was
It
impressed.
was a full course meal, but it was pretty
He
simple.
usually does breakfast.
I like cooking
he
eggs,
can do
pancakes,
he can
waffles.
cook eggs.
Um,
I don't know. That's a really.
but she does a variety of things. She's always coming up with new, like, especially in the health category. She comes up with all kinds.
But I'm
of
like right now,
healthy-
I'm completely stumped because I
options.
can't get any fresh vegetables. So, I mean, I did buy Captain Crunch. Just saying. So maybe we'll have cereal for dinner. Did you get that?
Let's read it out loud here. What is something you see or an idea that you've had that can help a weekly track improve the experience for current fans and maybe attract, retain new ones? I think.
We could do a whole video on that.
I mean, there's 100 ideas, but I think the main focus should be informing the fans of what's really going on,
Making
and
the connection.
connecting them with
from the fan
with
to
the
driver.
drivers and teams. She says drivers. I say drivers and team.
Oh, yeah,
I
of
like
course.
to. I like to get. Me as a fan, I want to know the crew chief, the guy that grinds the tires, the guy that drives the hauler.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to know them all. I want to know all about them. I want to know what's going on. So I think that should be a big focus on connecting the fans, and then also just telling them like what the rules are. Like we have a drivers meeting, we learn all the rules.
What the heck is the difference?
How come
between
the
a modified and
fans
sports
don't know what those rules are?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like
They don't know
they
what's
could,
cheating and what's not,
they could
what's legal, what's not.
put
you
the
know?
drivers meeting through the intercom. I don't know. There's a lot of things. Me, most importantly, is you want to make the kids happy. As long as you can make the kids happy, then the parents will continue coming back.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, I mean, you want.
And it also can't be too expensive for the
Yeah.
for the parents to bring their kids, or they'll be like, it's cheaper for me to take them to the movies, you know, or it's cheaper to,
Yeah. Oh my
because
God.
parents only have so much to spend on a weekend.
So focusing on the kids is definitely key. I mean, if I've been at tracks where it's like there's no kids and I don't know. I mean, I don't have kids, but I know if I do or when I do. I mean, I have a nephew. And there's tracks to play with. He has kids to play with. There's activities to do, playgrounds. That is important.
There's a number of things that I could do to try and help that. But I'm always working on my car, right? Because I'm focused on the race car. That's always my 100% focus. So I don't put a lot of time in that. The same way as the tracks are worried about making sure that the track isn't rough and making sure that they pay their bills and making sure that they have this and that ready and the tickets and the employees and all that. So they don't have a ton of time to worry about this stuff. It's a lot of times like an off season thing that they think about, and then once they get rolling, it's like it kind of just slides out of the window.
Yeah.
You're so busy you don't have time.
I'm thinking this is a great topic. We're going to continue on Monday.
Okay.
That means we're going to have a 2-day break. So please don't forget about us.
Oh, no lunch on the weekend, huh?
Nope, you're going to starve.
All right.
I'll let you cook.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. I hope you guys are having a good day. And seriously, stay safe. I'm going to leave it with this is, as much as I'm iffy about what's going on in the world right now, follow the rules, right? So the sooner we all abide by the rules, the sooner we get to go racing. Please stay inside and wash your hands.
It's just like the whole, like, when you're in school and you're, you know, they put you in timeout, and as soon as you just relax and do what they tell you and calm down, then they'll let you go back.
Yes.
You can go back to playing.
Yes, that is what I seriously feel right now. I feel
right.
like they're just shutting the entire world down, and until you stay home and do what you're supposed to do by doing nothing, we're gonna get to go racing soon.
Wear nitrile gloves.
So stay inside, call your loved ones, check in on everyone, wash your hands, eat your veggies, and we'll see you guys on Monday.
All right, see you then.